7.5, we're going to be solving rational equations. Solving equations with rational expressions or fractions. So here we have three fractions. Denominators are 2, 6, and 3. So we're still going to be using the lowest common denominator to clear our fractions and then solve. So 6 is the lowest common denominator, so if I multiply everything, all three pieces by 6, 6 divided by 2 is 3, 3x. 6 divided by 6 is 1, 1x. 6 divided by 3 is 2, 2 times 2 is 4. Then we solve. Combine my like terms, divide by what's in front of the variable, x equals 1. So we're going to solve this equation with fractions. My denominators are only 9 and 3. So my lowest common denominator is going to be 3n. So I rewrite my equation with some space, and then I multiply everything by 3n. Do not forget every side, even the 1, both sides of the equation. Here my n's divide out, I'm left with 3 times 4. Here my 3 divides out, and I'm left with n times n plus 1. Here, 3n times 1. Now I'm going to distribute and solve. Minus n squared minus n equals 3n. Now as soon as I see an exponent of 2, I'm going to set it equal to 0 to factor to solve, because I know I'm using algebra 2 to factor to solve. What I don't like about this is my leading coefficient and it's negative, so I'm going to bring everything to this side. So I'm going to add an n, add my n squared, n squared will go first, it's not a like term with that, so it'll be plus 4n minus my 12. So 0 equals n squared plus 4n minus 12. Everything's set equal to 0, and now I can factor to solve. 2 sets of parentheses, one of each sign. Two numbers that multiply to negative 12 that subtract to positive 4. So it's going to be 6 and 2. I know the bigger number has to be the positive. Then I'll set equal to 0 to solve. So my solutions are 2 and negative 6. I do want to double check the original fractions, that it would never make anything undefined. So that 3 is okay. And if this n were 0, this fraction would be undefined. But n is 2 and negative 6, so both solutions are fine. So here, in order to choose my lowest common denominator, I'm going to factor this denominator. y, one of each sign, two numbers that multiply to 2 that subtract to positive 1. 2 and 1. So my lowest common denominator is all of this, both these factors, because it'll include that and that. So here I rewrote with some space the same equation, and I'm going to multiply everything by my lowest common denominator. So each factor, y plus 2 and y minus 1, that says. So here these simplify out, I'm left with 4 times y minus 1. Here, these simplify out, I'm left with 2 times y plus 2. And here, both of these, and I'm just left with 12. And now I can solve, distribute, 4y minus 4 plus 2y plus 4 equals 12. Combine my like terms. 4y plus 2y is 6y. These cancel. Divide by 6. Y equals 2. So I have a solution of y equals 2. I'm going to go back up here and make sure that it doesn't make any of my denominators undefined, which it does not. So my solution is 2. Example 3, my only denominator is x plus 3, so I'm going to multiply everything by x plus 3. Here I'm going to have x squared plus 3x. This will be just 9 plus 3x. Now that I have an exponent of 2, I want to set everything equal to 0, factor to solve. The leading coefficient, the one with the 2, is over here. It's positive, it's happy, we're bringing everything to this side. My 3x's cancel. I'm left with x squared minus 9 equals 0. Factor to solve, I have a difference of perfect squares. X, set them equal to 0. X equals positive 3 and negative 3. So I have a solution of positive 3 and negative 3. I'm going to go back up to my original, and you'll notice if I used the negative 3, it would make the fraction undefined, so I can't use it. So I'm only going to use the positive 3. Example 4, I need to factor this so I can choose my lowest common denominator, and it's going to be x and x plus 4. So I rewrite everything with space. Here, x is canceled. I'm left with 3 times x plus 4. Here, x plus 4 cancels. I'm left with x times 1 minus, so it's minus x. Here, both just 5. I'm going to distribute. I don't have an exponent of 2, so I'm going to use algebra 1. Variables to one side, numbers to the other. 3x minus x, 2x minus 12 divided by 2, x equals negative 7/2, which, well, once again, I apologize. These problems are very large. Does not make my original fraction undefined and is my solution. Example 5, notice I have one fraction equal to one fraction, a proportion. You can use cross multiplication to solve proportions. It's a little quicker. I'm going to use 4 times 10 equal to 5 times p. So 40 equals 5p. Divide by 5, p equals 8. So here I'm going to do the same thing. I have a fraction equal to a fraction. If ever I have a mistake in one of these videos, please feel free to point it out or ask a question. I will redo it. I make mistakes all the time. So here I'm going to do 2 times 16, 32 equals y times y minus 4. Distribute. And now you notice I have an exponent of 2, so I'm going to set it equal to 0. Factor to solve. The leading coefficient is positive, so I'm bringing the 32 over here. So 0 equals y squared minus 4y minus 32. Factor to solve. Y minus 8, y plus 4. 4 times 8 is 32. Negative 8 plus 4 is negative 4. Set equal to 0. So y can equal positive 8 or negative 4. And I check, neither one makes my original undefined, so they're both solutions. I have just about reached my time limit, so I'm going to do a part 2 for this section to finish just these 2 examples. So it'll be a short one, but I don't want to ruin this one.